What's going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video, as we have gotten this week's suit for February the, what is it, the 7th or the 8th? I think it's actually just the 8th of 2024. We have the Musika, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think this was gonna be a raid, but it is a 550 raid, ground and space with ground compatibility, melee priority of 3. Let's take a look at this. So we do have a couple other examples of like kind of long range-ish raids, but it's been a little while since those. In this one in particular, this rifle, as you can see, it almost looks like a side handled like modified Asshimar rifle. But this actually has a full charge for a heavy stagger, as well as a secondary rapid burst, which, to be honest with you, I know that you get the rapid burst when you're transferring as the Asshimar, but I would actually like to have that on ground as well. I would appreciate it. But one thing to check in mind here, so the large beam rifle and the saber are unique. It does not share any weapons with anything else. It also only has 4 weapons, and because this isn't a transformable, despite it having the Asshimar shell on the outside, which can serve as an SFS in lore, it does not have any other alternates, and it doesn't share anything. So we have the Musika Vulcan pod system, which is pretty good. This actually has a decent amount of accumulation on it as well as just being your extra meat and potatoes after you get the heavy stagger with this thing. Looking at the stats now, let us go down the line here. So we got 17,500 for the health, ballistic resistance of 22, beam resistance of 20, melee resistance of 18, range strength of 33, melee strength of 22, movement speed of 125, top speed of 220, thruster gauge of 80, and turning speed of 66. Looking at the part slots, we have 14, 12, and 14 for close, medium, and long, respectively. And of course, going down the stats, we have leg shot conserver level 3, anti-blast stabilizer level 1, emergency evasion system level 1, flight control program level 3, high performance balancer level 1, high spec ambac level 2, assault booster level 3, maneuver armor level 2, force injector level 2, melee combat controller level 1, high performance radar level 1, auxiliary power, which is the first time in a hot minute since the Jurek, right, that we've actually gotten a skill on something. And we'll talk about it a little bit when we get into practice, but this is actually kind of a neat thing, because on top of that, we have special shoulder buffers because of the Asshimar parts, as well as here for the back. So 30% on the back, 15% reduction on the shoulders. And then going into the enhancement list, because I did miss this on the last one, I'm sorry about that. We get +1 to ballistic resistance for the first one. Second one is +1 to anti-beam. +1 to range modifier here. Complex expansion is at the ass end for 2090. Anti-ballistic armor enhancement goes up to +5 for ballistic resistance on the first unlock. And the second unlock is another +5 to range. So very straightforward, no particularly unique skills or anything here. But, you know, you're already leaning more into range here. 33 as to 22. Having even more is not going to hurt. And having the extra ballistic enhancement, considering the spread, means that you can focus a little bit more onto melee once you get those all in there. Now, with all that out of the way, let us move on to our free practice in this thing. Gonna be honest with you, because this is another 4 button suit essentially, not a whole lot to talk about. We will discuss a couple things and then get into the example match. I say completely wrongly timed. Here we go. So, like we were talking about, single stun on the regular shot, decent amount of cooldown time. You really are supposed to just go into your burst from there, as you can see, because they give you a pretty pregnant pause there. Heavy stagger for this. We'll move into the burst here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, you do need just 5. I don't know if you can. It doesn't seem like you can switch fast enough to actually get that out of there. So I wouldn't really worry about canceling or anything like that. Just know that you have to do 3 bursts in order to get that stun by itself. Alternatively, you can also, you know, switch these up, mix that up. And we'll go into how many it needs for this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god damn it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So about 20 or so for that. For the Vulcans. Decent rate of fire too, so you're not really going to be thinking about it that much. Not a big deal there. We're going to the melee here. Pretty good wide neutral swing right there. Typical side swipies, especially because this thing's got a little bit of bulk to it. And then the downswing is actually a thrust. It's got a little bit of a slide to it there. Not bad. That is the long and short of it for the weapons itself. Of course, we can redirect ourselves in the air and all that good stuff. And the resistances and stuff are pretty nice. Now, one thing that we're going to talk about and that you're going to see in our matches is two things. First of all, although this has a lot of top-heavy defense on it with the 12 or the 15 on the shoulders and the 30 on the back, the front of the body is and the legs are just all a regular Barzam. Not a lot of defense, not a lot of leg health on this thing. I would suggest putting some sort of leg parts on this because people have realized very quickly and will completely just start chopping your legs or shooting your legs at any given time more than usual. Just so that they don't have to worry about you running around with that accelerator and, you know, still being mobile. Checking out the output on the base, though. Keep in mind that these are heat-based, right? So you can space them out, get a little bit more leeway. When you cycle, you can just use the Vulcans to kind of fill in that gap for the fact that you're at least firing. That'll mean that you'll have this back up, and this will be good to go as well. As you can see, especially with the burst version of the beam rifle, you can get a good amount of accumulation here and contribute pretty solidly to base destruction. Something to keep in mind for this suit, especially if you're doing this in like clans or whatever. So that you can do that in between trying to sack the support. Obviously, you do have a really good, a really fast jump time. You have a lot of hang time. You can redirect yourself as need be mid-air. You're definitely just going to be trying to go in there for either the accumulation or to just get the heavy stagger into those shots for free damage. And of course the melee on this. Solid. No heavy stag or heavy swing, but not really a big deal. In general, this is a very solid suit, but not a necessary suit. This isn't like game-changing, meta-breaking kind of shit. But again, most of these aren't going to be and don't really have to be. It's not an essential spin, but if it's something that you're interested in, especially because it has that accelerator and some other stuff going on with that heavy stagger, if that's something that appeals to you, then you could do a lot worse. We'll be getting into that match right around here. I do want to run this more, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, check out our match and then we'll be right back. I think they cover those characters really well. I actually wouldn't mind hearing them do the script. Another fucking super.
You can stay in the fight.
Yeah, it's your ass, Mr. Postman. I'm working. If I could fucking aim, Jesus.
You lost an ally unit.
It's kind of important for this suit. Ah, fuck off. No. Dang it. Don't run into my blade, please. Don't do that. lot of openings. And that guy, oh god, oh lord, oh fuck me.
Taking too much.
That, what are you not doing?
We lost an ally unit.
I fucking down so he didn't hit him. No.
Destroyed.
This stream, they'd have a dub. That'd be nice. It'd be nicer than to retroactively add one.
Select a location and method for redeployment.
It is really weird that we had that, like, token pack for all that shit, and then they just didn't bother bringing it over at all.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
It makes me wonder if things didn't break down with the dev that they had for the PC side, if they actually would have or had that planned at some point.
We lost an ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh, I fucking hit that thing.
Supporting fire incoming. Pull back to stay out of it.
Woo! Woo! Hurrah.
Incoming.
Hurrah,
Enemy
hurrah,
destroyed.
hurrah.
Supporting fire complete.
Eh.
Supporting fire was off target.
Oh, his transformation agent. Shithead.
Significant damage detected. Proceed with caution.
Now. Nobody fucking hit that guy. Why? Oh. Yeah.
No!
Nah.
Been destroyed.
PC would just burn up the CPU. Oh god. No, don't say that. Oh god. Like they just letting the engine run raw would just like completely overheat like either the GPU or the CPU for no reason. Like, bro.
Requesting redeployment.
I do find it a little bit baffling that even did they have a PS5 version for that release? I don't remember. Everybody out of the way. That might have been just a PS4 thing. Oh.
Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Hi. They do now.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Oh, my baby. Oh, there's a lot of things here. Now. Be nice to me. Step.
Significant damage.
Cease.
Proceed with caution. Enemy unit destroyed.
Ooh.
Safe for him. For the moment. Taking too much damage.
Eh.
No.
Owie.
Mobile suits been destroyed. We lost an ally unit.
That super's got like no defense on it, I don't think.
An ally has destroyed an enemy.
Because I didn't really put a lot of like melee buffs or like offense buffs on this either.
Requesting
And
redeployment.
it's actually more geared towards ranged by default.
Lost an ally unit.
No, come on. Let me be your friend now, is that fair? Oh,
Mobile suits been destroyed.
goddamn.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Be nice to me.
2 minutes remaining for the operation. Bases are especially valuable.
That's like the worst two things to have come around that corner. Something that can just barf ballistic at me and then something just knock my ass over and slap my leggies. My supple thighs got shredded. Ooh.
Requesting redeployment. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh god, okay. What is walking at me?
You can stay in the fight.
I just ran into that.
We lost an allied unit. An ally has destroyed an enemy locust suit.
Oh my god. Oh.
1 minute remaining for the operation. Keep pushing.
Now I got the side advantage for this.
We lost an allied unit.
Woo!
Jamming. Moving to a
Ow,
jam.
ow, 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 ow.
Suit's on its last legs. We lost an allied unit. No!
Ah, stupid. I saw him. He's over there on the far end of the bridge. Goddamn. Stupid super over there.
Allied unit.
Ow.
Mission has ended.
Tackles for good measure, huh? He was really hurt too. That's the more annoying thing. If I saw that, I wouldn't have even bothered with that. That other dude. I'm just fucking blind. I'm gonna get fourth on that one.
Here's your
Okay.
reward for this battle.
So it's not the worst, but man. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't have a lot to do. Gotta be a little bit careful with the heat on this thing. And that was our match in the Musika. In general, it feels nice. I'm so glad that it has a fucking roll, because they could have very easily just been like, oh, well, it has that accelerator thing. Might as well, you know, make it more vulnerable to damage. But like, because it's so big and it's got this much bulk, they had to at least allow for a little bit of coverage. So having at least some chance to get iframes outside of just shoving yourself in a tackle, very welcome. But yeah, this is a suit that at 550, I have a lot of other raid picks that I'd probably still do. Z Zulu, a couple other things. But this is still a fun one. I actually wouldn't mind going out in this beyond the banner week. But we do have one more UC Engage suit to go for next week. I'm just gonna assume the obvious, that it's probably just gonna be some sort of support. But we'll just have to see. And hopefully if you guys do take this out in clans, let us know how it goes. This seems like a good team suit, especially because it has that heavy stagger. It can contribute a lot of build-up and just damage with the secondary burst on this, as well as just chasing things down with the Vulcans and having the survivability of that accelerator, or that ox power or whatever. I keep calling it accelerator, but it's auxiliary power. So you got not a lot of kit, but a decent amount of tools in terms of the skills to make this thing work. And as you can see, even with just how much we've been doing, we got this down to beyond a quarter within like just a couple minutes. If we would have focused on this the entire time, it would have gone down even faster. So yeah, that is the Musika in a nutshell. Hopefully if you guys have gotten this, you've been enjoying it. Hopefully if you want to get it, you get it soon. Let me know in the comments how you've been faring this thing, and if it's something you're going to try to keep in your rotation. And until next time, this is Goose on the 13th. I'll talk to you all in the next one.